It's funny you should say that. Because the next song is the leading song. I just want to say. Before I begin with the story, has everyone heard the story already? Not everyone. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so to cut to the chase, I discovered a couple of years ago that one of the two guys that wrote the song Without You, it was a huge hit for Harry Nilsson, remember? Yep, monster hit, and then also a huge hit for a woman that I will not name, who chose to practice scales all the way through her recording of it. Her name sounds something like Mariah Carey. Oh no, I said it already, didn't I? Yeah, oh yeah. Barbarian. Anyway, one of the two guys that wrote this song, it turns out, came from this village just outside Liverpool where my family live. And there was always like a shroud of darkness around the thing. You know, like people would mutter in corners about it. Oh, it was a terrible business. Oh, what happened to Tommy? You know, Tommy Evans was his name. And I paid no attention because I just thought it was one of those things, you know, if you play music, everyone tries to tell you how to do it, even if they can't play a fucking note. You know, oh, well, you know what you should do, lad, is, you know, if you want lots of, whatever, I'm like, yeah. Anyway, it turns out this guy was actually, you know what's happened, he was a player. He was a player. And he died. And then I found out how he died. And I was kind of horrified, because it was one of those like typical stories. He wrote the song, he made lots of bread, and then when you go to look in the account, there's nothing in there. And they trace it down. It turns out that the management team, who were New York lawyers, had been skimming the whole bunch. The record company sided against them. They got really upset, then distressed, then depressed. And Tommy Evans ended up he hung himself, allegedly, Christmas Eve, with his wife and kids next door. And I'm like, geez, that's terrible. And then a few years later, I met a guy in Wandsworth, London. He was actually really big on Badfinger, which was the name of the band that these two guys used to write the tunes for. And he said, well, do you know the rest of the story? I said, no idea. What do you mean the rest of the story? It turns out that the co-writer, Pete Ham, within 3 years, had died, allegedly, playing electric guitar in the bath. Yeah, exactly. That was my reaction. I was like, I can think of a lot easier ways, and I think this might be the mob working in very peculiar pathways. Anyway, I've been telling this story through the tour, and it got so like I was getting a bit distressed by it myself, to be honest. So I needed an injection of black humour. So I began a competition, and as a prize, the person that came up with the best suggestion of the tune that maybe Pete Ham was playing as he died.
Smoke on the water.
Sick, yeah. Well, Smoke on the Water is already gone. That was Rob's. Our Friends Electric has gone. And so is Stairway to Heaven. So if anyone has got anything better to add, speak to me afterwards. No, I'm not familiar with that one. Is that from the Gary Newman catalogue as well? Anyway, my reaction to it was, you write a song. Because I'm a songwriter, yeah? This is it. It's called The Leading Song. Are you still awake, Kevin?
Yes.
Great. They obviously get to hear these stories more than once.
Past
directions, and it seems that I'm riding for a fall. 'Cause I'm leaving. I'm leaving. All of my senses shut. The streets are like a premonition of a crime. I rode without you, and I took the first grade state sign I could find. If they could, they would stop me. They'd say I'm gaping at a dream. 'Cause I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So I polish up the car I can't afford, and pick my tunes from door to door. Try not to see their faces, 'cause I'm feeling up my aces. The horizon seems so far away. From a penthouse for a king and queen, I expected more of a stuff of dreams. If they can, they like to get there then, and cut him right down at his knees. I'm bleeding. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Once again, I'm leaving. Hand me my 5 and dime. Pass me my shot along the line. Hey! I think I broke a record there. I think I talked for longer than the song actually was. You just gotta stop me sometimes. And